What's up guys, Learning with Rich here. In this video, we are going to create a sloped roof with steel framing. So we're going to create a sloped roof by using roof by footprint. And then after that, we're going to create a curved roof by extrusion. And then we're going to add structural framing to the roof. Okay, so let's do this. So the first thing that we will be doing is we're going to add a sloped roof. Okay, so right now we are on the second floor roof. So this is where we're going to create the roof. So from the architecture, I'm going to select here the roof drop down. I'm going to select here roof by footprint. Okay, and then for the properties, I'm going to make sure 50 mm fill over 38 mm metal deck is selected. Okay, and then after that, I'll be using here the peak walls. Okay. So let's do this. So I just need to hover my pointer to the interior side of the wall and then press the tab once, and then it will highlight the chain of walls. So once you see it highlights, just click that. Okay. Of course, optionally, you can just click one by one the internal side of your wall or the internal face of your wall. You can click one by one. Okay, just make sure after you create the sketch, you always check the corners, make sure it's clear, no intersection, no overlapping, and it should be closed. Okay, so make sure it's closed, no overlapping, and then no intersection, right? Okay, so after this one, the next thing that we will be doing is I'm just going to select, before I finish, let me add a slope here. Okay, so to this side, I'm going to select this, and then from the options bar, I'm going to select here define slope. Click that, and then you will be able to define the slope here. Okay, so now for the slope, I'm just going to click that, and then I'll just type the slope that I want. And then after that, I'll just enter. That's it. And then after that, just select here, finish. Okay, so there you go. So if you check out the 3D view, so you now have your slope proof, which is this one. Okay, see there's a slope there going down to that side, 1.19. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do here is I'm going to add beams to match the roof slope. Okay, so before that, let me go to the project browser and then open up grid. This one, this section, roof section, grid 2. So I'll just double click that. Okay, and then I'm just going to attach this frame here or this column to our roof. So I'm just going to select this. And then from the modify column, I'm going to select attach top base. So I'll just click that one. And then you just click your roof and it will now attach there. So there's a warning here. The structural column is attached to a non-structural target. That's okay. Just close that one. So as you can see, we now have here our structural column, and then we now have here our roof. Now, we are going to add beams. Okay, so later on, when we go back to our roof section at grid 2, there's already added beams in this view. Okay, so let's do this. So I'm going to select here the structure because I would like to add a beam or structural framing on the underside of this roof. So for me to be able to do that, I'll go to the structure, and then after that, I'm going to select here beam. Okay, so I'll select the beam tool. Or maybe before I do that, I'll just set up first my work plane. Okay, so I'll just set up the work plane. So from the work plane, I'm going to select here set work plane. So let's click set work plane. And then here on the work plane dialog box, I'm going to pick a plane. Okay, I'm going to pick a plane. I'll select here OK. And then I'm just going to click the underside of this roof because that is where I want to place my structural framing. Okay, so I'm going to select this. And then here, I want to open the second floor roof. Okay, so let's open up the second floor roof floor plan. So I'm going to open that one. And there you go. So our work plane is now set on the underside of our roof, and then we are going to place that on our second floor roof plan. Okay, so let's start this one. So from the structure, I'm going to select the beam here, and then from the properties, I'll use here. Okay, so I'll just use 460 by 52. So I'll select that one. Right? Okay, and then after that, I'm just going to place now my model. Okay, so I'm going to place it on, let me see my guide. So we are not going to use 3D snapping here and then the chain, but we are going to use the line tool, and then just make sure our placement plane is on basic roof 50 mm. This is the roof that we created, right? So that is the placement plane that we are going to use. Okay, so let me now start. So I'm going to pick one here, one, then I'm going to pick another one here, two. Okay, so there you go. All right, and then after that, I'm going to pick also the midpoint of, I'll just escape once so that it will not terminate the beam tool. So I want to create one here, and then I'm going to place all the way here, then escape once again so that it will not totally terminate the tool. So I click here, and then I'm going to place there and then modify. So if I'm going to select this 3 frame, I'm going to separate that by using section box. So this is now how it looks like. So there you go. Okay, so this is now the framing that we just placed. Okay, so let's go back again to our second floor roof, and let's continue placing our beam. So I'm going to select the beam, and this time I will be using here 410 by 38.8 type. Okay, so let's do this. So this time I'm going to snap here at the midpoint of this beam here, and then I'm going to place it here. There you go. Escape once. So I'm going to pick here at the midpoint, and then I'm going to place one here. There you go. And then I'll select here modify. And then after that, these beams that I place, I'm going to copy that to this side here. Okay? Or I'm just going to mirror it. Okay? So I'm going to click this, hold control, click this one, and then click this one. All right, and then we're going to mirror that to the other side. So mirror draw axis. So we're going to pick 8.5. No, not draw axis, but mirror pick axis. So let's click that, and then make sure copy here is checked, and then we're going to pick 8.5 grid as our mirror axis. So let's click that. There you go, and then I'll select here modify. There you go. So it's now placed. So I'm just going to copy this beam here to the right side. So I'll select this one, I'll select here copy, and then I'll just pick the base point here, and then move my cursor to the right, and then type the distance that I would like to. Okay, let's say 3600, enter. That's it, and then select modify here. So I'm gonna select all of the beam here like that, and then I'm going to filter. I only want to select here the framing. Okay, and then okay, and then let's create a section box for that one, selection box, and there you go. So these are now the beams that I have created. See? All right. Okay, so now the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate the girder. Okay, so let me open again the section that we had open a while ago. So I'm going to open this one, and like what I have said, you see there's already our structural beam added, this one here, right? Okay, so a while ago we only have the roof and then this one here. Now we already added some beams already. Okay, so now I'm going to turn on the thin lines like that. Okay, so when you click the thin lines here, when you activate this, all the lines with a thin line weight display. Okay, you see it's all displayed as a thin line weight. Okay, so this one, it makes it easier to work in the view. However, this change did not affect the printing. The lines still print with their assigned line weight. So thin lines is a global settings or setting that affects all the view. So if you turn on the thin lines, it will also affect the other view. It shows only a thin line here, single line without a line weight. That is useful because it will helps us to view our model clearly, right? Because if this is turned off, it will show the line weight. So some of the lines are overlapping with another line. Okay, but to clearly view that, so maybe you can turn on the thin lines for the meantime for you to be able to see it clearly, right? So I'm going to select this girder here, this beam. Okay, and then I'm going to change the cross-section rotation. So I'm going to use 1.19 as well. And then I'll select here, apply, and there you go. Okay, and then I'm going to select this. I want that to be moved to this grid here. So I'm going to select this one, and then let's use the move tool, and then I'm going to pick the midpoint here, and then let's move that to our grid. There you go. So you click the grid. All right, so elements will be deleted. So what is this element? So it's always a good practice to check what is this element that is being said by this warning. So you can expand that, and then you can see the warning there. Okay, so it's only 8 framing tags, so that's okay. So I'll just let that to be deleted. Okay, so always check the messages on your warning. Okay, so this is just a tag. I can always put a tag, so I'll just select okay, just delete that one. There you go. So it's now moved to the grid. The midpoint of this beam is now moved to that grid nicely. All right. Now, the next thing that we will be doing here is we're going to create a curved canopy roof. Okay, so to do that, we already have created several views here, right? And one of them is canopy elevation. So I'm going to open the canopy elevation. So this is where I'm going to create the curved canopy roof. Okay, so to do that, so let's go back again to our architecture, build panel. So there's the roof. This time we will be using roof by extrusion. A while ago we used roof by footprint when we created our sloped roof. So this time let's use roof by extrusion. So let's click this one. Okay, so here on the work plane, so we need to select the work plane where we want to place the curved canopy roof. So I would like that to be placed on grid 4.1. Okay, so I'm going to select this one. All right, and then I'm going to select here, okay. Right, okay. And then for our reference here, I want that to be placed on the canopy level with an offset of 0. Okay, and I'm going to use here start and radius arc, and then for the radius I'll just use 5,000. Okay, and then I'm going to pick from here start and the radius of 5,000. Click. There you go, and then select modify. Now you can check the properties here of the roof that you are creating, which is this one. Okay, I'll just use this one again. And another thing that you need to consider when creating an extruded roof, so you need to specify here the extrusion start and extrusion end. Okay, so you need to specify. So if you don't have any idea what will gonna be your extrusion, you can just put any value here, and then later on you can just modify it after you finish the roof. But for this exercise, I already have the value. For the extrusion start, I can type minus 300. And then for the extrusion end, I'm going to type 5,800. Okay? And then I'll just select here apply, and then let's select here finish. There you go. In the elevation view. So let's check that one out in the 3D view. And how about I uncheck here the section box. There you go. So where's the roof? This is the roof. So like what I've said earlier, if you don't know what's the extrusion of your roof, you can always click that, and then you can just play around, right? See, you can do that. Okay, you can also use align tool. So there's the align. I can click to this face here, and then I can just align that, right? So you can also do, you can also do that. So align this face here, press tab to select that face, and then you can select that. Okay, so you can also do that. And then of course you can select the roof, and then you can always change from here, right? But for this one, I'll just type -300 my settings. So this one is 5,800. Enter, apply, there you go. Okay, now the next thing that I'm gonna do here is I'm going to add curved beams. Okay, so curved beam, so I'm going to create that here. Okay, so to do that, I'm going to select again the beam here, structure, I'm going to select the beam. Okay, and then after that, for the placement plane here, I'm going to select here grid 4, or maybe for me to be able to place that nicely, I'll just go back again to the canopy elevation. Okay, so we can see it nicely here. So I just go to this one, and then let's create the beam, and then on the work plane, I want that to be placed on grid 4.1 as well. By the way, to give you an idea, what is the grid 4.1? So if I go to the project browser on the second floor roof, where's the canopy? This one. Double click that. So this is what I'm talking about. You see, I created here a separate grid, and this is where I would like to start creating my curved beams. That's why I always select 4.1 grid. Okay, so let me go back again to canopy elevation. Okay, and then let's select the beam. I want that to be placed on starting at grid 4.1. I select here OK, and then for the type here, I'm going to select this one. Okay, so I select that. Okay, and then after that, I'm just going to select here peak lines, and then I'm going to select the underside of this roof, that one, and then I'll select here modify. There you go. Okay, so in 3D view, this is how it looks like, right? Okay, so let me go to the canopy floor plan. Okay, so it's still selected, so I'm going to select here array. I want to duplicate that. Total number of, let's say 6. Total number of 6, and then move to last. Total number of 6, make sure it's linear. Total number 6, last. Okay, I'm gonna pick grid 4.1 up to grid 3.1. There you go. And then I'll select modify, and then I'll select here 3D. And there you have it. Okay, so there's now your curved beams. Okay, so that's it for this exercise wherein we have created our slope roof with steel framing, and then we created a curved roof by extrusion. Okay, so hopefully you learned something from this video. Thank you for watching, guys. Have a nice day.